Good morning, Wabash. Speaking today at Pioneer Chapel will be Aman Brar with his talk titled, The Age of the Algorithm. Aman is a partner at Ground Game Ventures and has an extensive background in leading technology companies through periods of high growth, M&A, and integration. Ground Game invests in early-stage B2B software companies. Previously, Aman has launched Canvas, the world's first text-based interviewing software. The startup was acquired by JobVite 16 months after launch. Aman then led JobVite as CEO and board member while acquiring and integrating a variety of recruiting technology companies. As former president of Apparatus, Aman has helped lead the company through a strategic acquisition by Virtusa, where he subsequently led the global infrastructure business unit. Aman graduated Wabash College in 1999 with degrees in economics and religion. He also completed his MBA from the Kelley School of Business at Indiana University, Bloomington. Aman, Susan, his spouse, and Navraj, his son, live in Indianapolis, Indiana. And furthermore, you can follow Aman's adventures on Twitter at Aman D. Brar. Let's give a warm welcome to Aman.
Thanks for being here. Good afternoon, students and faculty. It's an honor to be here today to talk about a topic that I believe is of great significance to our future as a society: the importance of a classical liberal arts education in the age of the algorithm. As we move further into the 21st century, it's become increasingly clear that the rise of AI and other technological advancements are transforming our world in profound ways. While these advancements bring with them many exciting opportunities, they also pose significant challenges to our workforce and to the very fabric of our society. In this context, it's important, more important than ever, that we educate our future leaders and citizens in a way that equips them with the knowledge, skills, and values that they'll need to navigate this rapidly changing world. And this is where a classical liberal arts education comes in. The liberal arts have long been recognized as the foundation of a well-rounded education, providing students with a broad base of knowledge across the humanities, social sciences, and the natural sciences. But in the age of AI, the value of a liberal arts education goes beyond this broad base of knowledge. A liberal arts education helps students develop critical thinking skills, creativity, emotional intelligence, which are all vital for success in an AI-powered world. These skills allow us to think deeply about complex issues, to empathize with others, and to solve problems in innovative ways. They also help us to understand the ethical implications of new technologies and to consider the social and political implications of their use. In short, a classical liberal arts education gives us the tools we need to be active and informed participants in shaping the future of our world. It equips us with the knowledge and skills to be leaders, not just in the realm of technology, but in all aspects of our society. So to all the students here today, I encourage you to embrace the opportunities offered by the liberal arts, embrace the chance to broaden your knowledge, to develop critical thinking skills, and to become a well-rounded individual. This education will serve you well, no matter what path you choose in life, and it will help you to make a positive impact on the world around you. Everything, until I just said the word everything, was written by ChatGPT. Now all you have is me. We could be entering the downward slide of this chapel talk, or we could be getting something altogether more interesting. Don't worry, I'm not sure yet either. Computers, the famous, as Steve Jobs popularized, bicycle for our minds, are being ridden ever faster. We'll definitely go farther, but I hope we go farther together. Again, I'm Aman, class of '99. My early childhood exposure to basic code on a Tandy TRS-80, known as the Trash 80, not the Commodore 64 I was begging for, and playing the Atari 2600 that my dad won at a work-related contest, cultivated my love of technology. Throw in some Star Wars and Isaac Asimov novels, and it was game over for me. I was fortunate enough to have discovered Wabash College. By discover, I mean told by my high school football coach that I would attend here. My experience mimics the many stories of transformation you often hear from alums. I showed up here lost and confused. I left more confident, much smarter, and ready to face the world. Given my love of technology, no doubt I thought I'd be crushing it in computer science. I recall working through my assignments in CS, super proud of completing a tough assignment, and then realizing a few people in my class were done in 1/10 of the time it took me. I asked the student next to me, "How'd you do that?" And he told me, "Didn't you just see it like this?" And I said, "No, man, I don't see the matrix." I thought, I'm not bad, but I'm not world class. I'm definitely not seeing the matrix. Thankfully, and I don't know how, I had the insight to know I should perhaps attempt to be the best at the world at something. Perhaps I'd make my dent in some parallel universe to computer science. I ventured off to take the best of my liberal arts loving self and find a way to break into tech and be the best at something outside of pure play programming. My early career took me to Silicon Valley and back, to broadband, consumer tech, robotics, cloud computing, and HR technologies. It turns out this rigorous curriculum set me up to be a great translator across functions and industries. I could talk to programmers, I could persuade product managers, analyze my way through ops problems, move the sales needle with marketing, hang with finance, and keenly observe humanity to discover product breakthroughs. I was raw and imperfect, made plenty of mistakes, but thankfully, I had great mentors that always helped me find my way. Whether you love technology or not, we should understand that technology doesn't have feelings yet. It's pretty neutral, not so much good or bad. It can be a massive productivity force multiplier, but it doesn't very much care about you or your mom's career. We should accept the age of the algorithm like we accept other breakthrough infrastructure advances. Water, electricity, cloud computing, ever accessible and ever pervasive. But the stakes are higher. The power grid on its own can't keep you glued to YouTube shorts and reels or create a For You page, but the algorithm surely can. Note, in this talk, I'm not talking about artificial general intelligence, the stuff in movies, Jarvis and Hal. Personally, I don't think we'll see it anytime soon. My focus is on the slow burn, the navigating of the uncertainty created by this next wave of narrow but deeply impactful technologies crashing upon society. It's a bit like thinking through the impact of the Industrial Revolution before it fully happened, while not quite being a Luddite. When Hemingway was asked, "How did you go bankrupt?" he said in 2 ways, gradually, then suddenly. The American mathematician and scientist John McCarthy coined the term AI in 1956. He discussed the concept of the computer salesperson. I kind of like that. He described marketplaces where people could buy and sell goods, what we know of today as e-commerce. He was a sort of Da Vinci of his time. He worked on computer chess. A single move would take days to calculate. Imagine that level of patience in a world with Netflix. His program played the Russian chess program 4 times. The American computer collected 2 draws, but no wins. It's a bummer. Some 70 years later, AI is a rich and robust area of research with practical applications in our everyday lives. We now live in a world with Autopilot, ChatGPT, Midjourney, Google's Bard, DALL-E 2, and AlphaFold. AlphaFold, developed by DeepMind, uses deep learning techniques to predict protein structures with remarkable accuracy, bringing the field closer to the goal of accurately predicting the 3D structure of any protein from its genetic sequence. This has the potential to greatly accelerate drug discovery and our understanding of biological processes. By the way, many thanks to ChatGPT for the 2-sentence AlphaFold summary. As we navigate the next generation of computing, we'll have many choices to make. For example, you could snap on your glasses, ready to be entertained. You have some time to kill and decide to watch a fully immersive movie. A movie is instantly created for you, or did your previous choices in biometrics create the movie? I suppose it's a question for your philosophy class or perhaps law school. Generative AI will optimize your engagement and delight and ensure you'll love the movie. But 20 minutes later, you may feel empty, low on dopamine, and unsure of your next move. Perhaps because something so unique to you is void of shared experience, void of cross-cultural moments. So do you hit next for that dopamine hit, or do you go on a walk with a friend? Or conversely, you can enjoy morning telepresence chai with your cousin in India, feeling the worth of algorithmic eye contact from thousands of miles away. Then head off to work and accelerate the creation of medicine with the next version of AlphaFold with colleagues across the globe. Life and perhaps work might feel like a video game, but the stakes will be high. Make the most of it. Eli Lilly recently announced a $2.1 billion investment in Boone County, very close to Crawfordsville. How many jobs for $2.1 billion? 2,000, maybe 10,000? 500 jobs. 500 jobs. Or $4.1 million invested per job. We should applaud this investment. Honestly, it's remarkable, and it's remarkable that it's happening in Boone County, and it's remarkable it's happening with Eli Lilly. But we must recognize this age of the knowledge worker is dramatically impacting society and our ability to create good jobs at scale. The heartland is most susceptible to the age of the algorithm. The United States underwent a dramatic rural to urban, agricultural to industrial shift. Global urbanization has dramatically increased. We're physically more proximate than ever, more connected than ever, but in a recent Harvard Graduate School of Education study, approximately 51% of young adults experience extreme loneliness, defined as feeling lonely frequently or almost all of the time. Please take a walk with a friend. Technology can create massive displacements in our societal fabric. Historically, arguments can be made that technology and automation have created as many or more jobs than have been destroyed. From a recent Brookings study, workers who complement automation often benefited from increased wages. Those with post-secondary education and business owners can definitely benefit, but others are left with lower-paying jobs, increasing the class divide. Will this next wave of automation be different? I have no idea, nor does any AI, but I do believe we best get prepared. I don't want to live in a world with only haves and have-nots. Given the explosion in narrow AI solutions, I believe many jobs, particularly those in the heartland, will be threatened. We often, perhaps subconsciously, ignore those in the struggle. Urban school districts, once postcard communities without potable water, main streets left to ruin due to globalization. But when issues hit the suburbs, we often have a mass awakening. How will we react when white-collar jobs are hit? Could there be an opportunity in all this chaos? Of course. Personally, I'm optimistic that a rigorous liberal arts education is a critical ingredient to success in the coming age of the algorithm. While I'm a proud and forgotten Gen Xer, please let me have a brief boomer moment. Please note my use of the word rigorous. Don't shy away from rigorous classes. If you're a quant, take a difficult literature class. If a poet, don't sleep on statistics, econometrics, and pre-med sciences. You get the point. I digress. Brookings hypothesizes to become complementary to AI, more workers will need what researchers call 21st century skills. These include communication, complex analytical skills, evaluating with careful judgment multiple factors, as well as creativity. The onus is on K-12 and post-secondary schools to adapt and provide greater emphasis on teaching such skills. Lucky you lucky Wabash few. In 2017, we launched Canvas, one of the highlights of my life. It's the world's first text-based interviewing platform. We leveraged the latest in natural language processing, machine learning, and machine vision. We were an incredibly powerful bicycle for recruiters. Good recruiters got better, bad recruiters became irrelevant. I watched it happen right in front of me. But ultimately, with the last generation of technologies, recruiters were just fine. There's no doubt that I worry that the next breakthrough version of Canvas could be an altogether white-collar job killer. I'm an optimist. I might be paranoid, but I remain an optimist. I'm a certified technophile who loves nature and people. Leveraging technology is at the center of my personal and business life. I take better pictures of my family because of it, and I've done all right wielding its power. But the age of the algorithm does give me some worry. Will you be the rider, the elephant, or something else? Will the bicycle need you anymore? Will you take that walk with a friend? Or just continue to swipe up on short-form algorithmic video? The For You page is dead. Long live the For You page. Now and in the short term, algorithmically driven automation will continue to have a significant impact across a range of industries. AI-powered diagnostic tools, virtual health assistants, customer service chatbots will provide quick and efficient customer service. Once good jobs. AI can be used to optimize production, improve quality control, and reduce costs. To detect fraud, automate risk management, provide personalized financial advice. Watch out, accountants. AI can be used to improve supply chain management, predict consumer demand, and personalize marketing efforts. To optimize logistics, improve safety, and reduce emissions in the transportation sector. The way we entertain ourselves is already changing. Be ready for a content explosion. Algorithms are optimizing our attention, but generative AI will make more content than we could ever handle. When will the first AI potential superstar penetrate the Billboard Top 10? Perhaps some version of this has already happened. How else can we explain how we all keep getting rickrolled? Interactive storytelling will be taken to the next level. In movies and video games, CGI and reality will continue to merge. AR and VR may be more than an undying fad. We'll find out. I concede the above are somewhat obvious things, but the depth of the changes about to occur will matter. The real surprise, fear, and delight will come from the unexpected edge cases. Designer, super personalized hallucinogens, anyone? Bill Gates is credited with the notion that we always overestimate the change that will occur in the next 2 years and underestimate the change that will occur in the next 10. Don't let yourself be lulled into inaction. I've never felt very religious, but when I contemplate the impact of technology and automation and AI on society, I feel the tug of a kind of religion, a gratitude for humanity, a hope that we continue our togetherness. The algorithm can consume all of our attention, annihilate jobs, or help you become an incredible designer on the foundation of your innate creativity. If you can think it, you can create it. As you age, you begin to realize there is nobody else. It is you. It is us that must build, think, adapt, run for office, start companies, teach children. Public policy and education will be critical to this next phase. I believe we must experiment with policy programs to assist workers in transitioning to this algorithmically defined economy. I'm not implying handouts, but who knows? Experiments in universal basic income may be necessary in the next century. More timely and top of mind are programs that help workers upskill and develop lifelong learning opportunities so they can continue to ride the AI bicycle. We can't give up on our schools. Every kid deserves more. Effective education is the biggest tool we have to cultivate economic mobility. And what then of college? There's an awful lot of hype that it may not be for everyone. And no doubt that could be true. But skills-based programs alone won't help many people understand capital, power, and influence. Not to mention the already discussed benefits of a college education, critical thinking, and so on. College can be an incredible melting pot for these concepts. In fact, it may have been the first time I crossed paths with capital and power. But don't get me wrong, skills-based programs will be incredibly helpful in the next century. I just remain a bit skeptical until the sons and daughters of our legislators pursue skills-based pathways rather than college. It's time to nerd out for a second. From Star Wars, we learn about the light and the dark side. From Spider-Man, that with great power comes great responsibility. From Harry Potter, that spells can be helpful or damaging, create or kill. Wielding the power of the algorithm will be in your hands to do with it what you choose. And I hope we try to find some good. So what am I doing about it? Turning my back on technology? No way. I'm an optimist, a technophile. I told you. There's no doubt that technological progress is inevitable. I'm staying in the game. By not participating, it's not going to help us find solutions for the next century. If things go as planned, and I hope they do, I'll dedicate the next half of my career to supporting founders as a venture capitalist, investing in, committing to, supporting founders that are ready to make a dent in the universe. No doubt they'll be using the latest and greatest in machine learning to create valuable businesses and employ thousands of people. Places like Indiana don't need a few more companies. We need hundreds and thousands. This will require thousands of founders, and I can't wait to support them. Indiana is in the back of the pack with new business starts. This isn't acceptable. I hope you help fix it. I hope you build a business that Ground Game, my venture capital firm, can invest in. I hope you create companies, employ thousands of people, and change people's lives with your creativity. And think about your employees' dignity along the way. Georges Doriot is credited as the father of venture capitalism, or at the time often known as adventure capitalism. By the way, I kind of love that, and I'm sad they dropped the A. Doriot organized capital, and with a few fellow partners, including a president of MIT, created American Research and Development Corporation, or ARDC. Interestingly, ARDC was created to encourage private sector investments in businesses run by soldiers who were returning home from World War II. Sounds like an interesting policy experiment. A 1957 investment of $70,000 in Digital Equipment Corporation would be valued at over $38 million after the company's initial public offering in 1968. Let's cross our fingers that Ground Game Ventures can have that type of 500x return. I would welcome the call from Wabash's advancement team. No doubt, venture capitalists are tuned to optimism. And what should you care about? Care about public policy, care about education, pay close attention, and upon graduation, make a commitment to be civically engaged. Being here is a great start. Again, you lucky few have advantages that are hard to imagine. Pour yourself in your education, build the foundation and substrate to be ready for a dynamic century. Historically, AI destroyed the work associated with more simple things. Now the ability of AI to impact very complex work is upon us. To work alongside these incredible technologies, start playing with AI-generated art. Challenge yourself to create a graphic novel using Midjourney or DALL-E 2. Tools you've invoked and commanded to create a story. Work with your professors on the best ways to incorporate these technologies, like ChatGPT, into your research and your writing. Turning our back to these technologies will just leave you outpaced in your career by those riding exponentially faster bicycles. Stop consuming so much AI content and start creating and building with it. I am optimistic that you'll choose education, engagement, community, discourse, creation, walks in the woods, awesome photos, dignity for all in work and life. You will choose to run experiments to piece together a flourishing society in the age of the algorithm. I'm staying in the game, and I hope you do too. I'm committing to adventure capital, and I hope you'll find your adventure too. I believe our mission to think critically, act responsibly, lead effectively, and live humanely will serve us well in the age of the algorithm. I'll take this place against any business major in the country. I'm left wondering if in the future we'll cite AI in our writings and speeches. I don't often cite my calculator or give much credit to spell check. I don't think about Microsoft Excel and Photoshop when I finish an assignment. I wonder if and how we'll cite this next generation of AI tools. I leave you with this haiku. Amidst rolling hills, Wabash College stands tall, a beacon of light, written by ChatGPT. Thank you.